Um, Hi everyone, I've been given many labels, but really I was a psychic, clairvoyant, and I was raised to believe that these things weren't real. There was spiritual in my history, but it was wiped out from religion. And unfortunately, psychology then came into play. And as a little girl, I used to see things on telly, on the news where somebody had murdered someone, and it was telling me that these people called schizophrenics were told to murder someone. Well, anyway, they gave me many labels I've had over the years. First one was drug-induced psychosis, paranoid psychosis, schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, bipolar. They threw the book at me when it come to labels. But thankfully, on my spiritual path, I met a gentleman who was practicing Aikido, a way of harmony. And with my first drug-induced psychosis, it would chant at the end of my suffering due to taking drugs, being a naughty girl. There was a chant going, peace, love and harmony, peace, love and harmony, peace, love and harmony. And then through my journey, it's very Tibetan Bon, my journey, learning through relationships and understanding what's gone on in my life is due to cause and effect of what's going on in the world. Now psychology is catching up, and they actually know they're spiritual beings, so they're trying not to drug people up anymore. They're trying to find out what's going on spiritually with the person. And what it is because we are destroying the mothers, primarily mothers, when they have children, they then become awakened to the earth. And what I mean is you can train an animal at school and everything, but once it has a child, a different set of instructions kick in. And so my mother, I'm connected to the earth as an earth mother, and what it is all my children have been born and raised to do all the wrong things. They've all been in the oil industry, everything that wouldn't want for my children do. So I wanted to serve. I wanted to make mum and dad proud and serve in heaven when I was a kid, which means serving on earth as in heaven. And what it is we have been destroying the earth from machines. My dad was a mechanic. My dad's dad was a mechanic. My dad's dad was a mechanic. Then my brother Jeffrey was a mechanic. He died. Him, and my sister got told 2 weeks before he died that he would die, and he did. We called it a coincidence because of our lack of understanding of the spiritual world. And at his funeral, it was Mike and the Mechanic's living years. And it basically means that, and the other song he had at his funeral was give me oil in my lamp. Me and my brother was very close, and I've only just woken up to the fact that he's been trying to guide me for many, many years, but I refuse to believe that it was real, because every time I had a voice in my head, it was me thinking I was mentally ill. It's only through my study of Buddhism and listening to the Dalai Lama saying study the sciences, thorough investigation, that I've realised what the problems are. I was guided to Prince Charles. Prince Charles is into organic farming, taking care of the earth. In the 60s, he didn't want to ever use oil again. And when I was a little girl, I was Buttons in Cinderella. And the girl that played Cinderella and the prince moved to the girl who played Cinderella, she was moving to Canada. Now Prince Charles's son Harry has moved to Canada with his wife, So that's another spiritual journey. I've been on one hell of a spiritual journey, and it's hard to accept that someone like me could possibly be given the gift and the responsibility of trying to guide and tell you all what we need to do to create peace and harmony with the earth. We can live for millions and millions more years, and the children are being born interested in paleontology, and it's all about taking care of the earth's crust and rebuilding it, just like every single leaf, like Tay says. He's a Buddhist monk. Tay said every leaf has a all the leaves have veins. Everything has veins in its body, and we are connected to the earth. And earth had her subterranean levels that had her veins in, and all the thinnest parts of her veins, man unfortunately found her lifeline. Oils and gases were part of Earth's own cooling and fueling systems. The reason why COVID was released to stop us destroying the earth and become like we all have behaved like bad bacteria on earth. And so COVID was released on an unconscious level, not conscious. You must remember, we are animals of the earth. People go unconscious and do things that they don't want to do. And that's the thing, is COVID was released, and as soon as it was over with COVID, that they had started giving you injections, you started flying around the world acting like it didn't matter. Loads of people are now suffering from psychic attack, famous people, because they're still acting like beastly aliens on the planet. And what it is, the reason why Russia went to war with Ukraine wasn't because of Ukrainians or Russian citizens. Really, the bottom line is we have to stop using Russian oil and gas. We have to stop using it completely. We have to address what damage we've already done to the subterranean crust. The reason why there was a drop in the ocean in 2004 on Boxing Day, they told me, and I thought, oh no, that can't be right. But the spirit world told me, but still I refused to believe it. But that was a drop in the ocean due to the extraction of the oil from the Arabian Seas. That dropped. That because there was a big chasm, it dropped and sent a shockwave over to the other side, and took out some really lovely, beautiful people. But we're all lovely, beautiful people. So it's my duty to all of you to tell you, you really need to change the way you view the earth. We can be free of machines that are destroying our children's future. But if you carry on, we are going to experience, well, they already are. There's wildfires, there's flooding. The world is coming to an end. And just because it hasn't knocked on your door entirely, just because it's not taking the people you love yet, doesn't mean to say it's not coming. And that's the thing, is all of us are suffering. I feel it in my body, and I can't get rid of it unless I take drugs, and I refuse to let this earth and my children down. I am not going to take drugs to block out the truth. If we do not change the way we live, we are all going to suffer horrible things that you would not wish your children. We can fix it, but you need to give up your cars. You need to give up flying. You need to give up anything that demands off the earth's crust. And you will become a really happy, serene person once you give it all up.